Studied architecture at the University of Houston. Realized there that I didn't like drawing things, just enjoyed building models. So I took sculpture as a minor, and that's when I really started making art for the first time. You know, there was never a defining point where I decided I was an artist. I just kind of grew into it. You know, it was something I've always been. There was no defining moment when, ta-da, you're an artist. It just kind of, that is what you are, and it just kind of happens that way. I make art primarily because I've just got a million ideas knocking around in my head, and that's the best avenue I have to get them out, to express myself. I like to solve three-dimensional problems, and so that's kind of where the two elements come in, both design and art. Kind of start with a rough sketch, and then just kind of take off and start going and see what evolves from that. I like to use elements that people are familiar with and kind of tweak them and twist them into something that just kind of to get people to come up with their own interpretation of what the art should be. I'm just kind of putting these ideas out there, and I let them take from it what they want. You know, I think that I provide the characters and you write your own story. Most of my art either gets given away to friends, or it gets taken apart and made into something else, or just kind of sits in the corner until it disintegrates and I get tired looking at it and it goes away. I try to make art that, you know, each piece stands on its own. You don't have to know what I'm about in order to like the art. You know, it's hopefully it's visually stimulating enough that even if you have no idea who I am or what I'm about, you still enjoy the piece and you want to have the piece in your house. I make just, you know, something comes to mind, and it starts off as a squiggle on a piece of paper, and it just kind of comes to life. You know, you really, you know, I just enjoy making art, and you just, sometimes ideas just come to you, and sometimes you just really get the itch to build something. So you'll, you know, instead of just having a vision that comes to you, you'll actually start kind of designing art, and you'll make something happen. That's actually part of my problem, is I enjoy the process of building stuff. And everything I do is very labor intensive, and it just takes a lot of labor to build the pieces. And usually the simpler you try to make a piece look, the more complicated it gets and the harder it is to make. I like fiberglass. I hate fiberglass. I like the shapes I can get from fiberglass. Fiberglass is a dirty, nasty, dangerous process that no one enjoys doing, but you can, if you can think of it, you can make it in fiberglass. And you can build anything you want, and you can build it to where it actually has some strength and some longevity. Biggest fans of my work, whether it be my furniture or my art, are other craftsmen and artists, because they can see the effort that I put into it. My influences are everything. You know, like I said before, I never really studied an artist or a group of artists. I'm just kind of influenced by life, by things going on around me. It's hot rod art. You know, I take something that people recognize, and I put it up on blocks, and I strip it down and modify it to the extreme, to where it's something else. I started off, thought I was always going to be an engineer. You know, just always into tweaking on stuff. You know, I love machines. I love, you know, motorcycles and stuff like that. So it's just I guess a natural influence for me. And then just kind of you know, play off the idea of forms in nature. You know, whether it be a person or a limb or a tree or something like that, and use those shapes and kind of meld them with mechanical aspects to kind of create my own twist on how I see the world around me.